The popular saying in the US is, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Now, the US company Starlink, which is a high-speed internet provider and a company owned by Elon Musk, is finding it's going very tough in India. The government of India has ordered a probe into the operations of Starlink in India. This is after the government of India seized two Starlink devices, Starlink Mini, one from a drug peddlers, second from a terror group. And the problem is that Starlink doesn't have operating rights in India. The government of India has asked Starlink to explain how those devices got into the hands of anti-nationals and how they could operate it in India despite a ban on operations of Starlink in India. On the other hand, Starlink says they don't operate in India, their signals are not accessible in India, and they are not beaming their signals over India. So the situation is murky. There is a standoff. Let's see how Starlink and government of India are going to sort this out. Mr. Elon Musk is now a member of the cabinet of Donald Trump, the president designate in the United States. Everybody says Mr. President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares a very warm relations. Let's see how Elon Musk is going to sort this issue out. Elon Musk has been trying his level best to get operating rights in India. So let's get to the bottom of the whole issue. Welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. As I said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President designate of the United States Donald Trump are said to share a very warm relations, and Elon Musk is a very important colleague and team member of Mr. Donald Trump. But at the same time, Mr. Elon Musk is finding very difficult to get the needs of his company satisfied in India. For example, Mr. Elon Musk has been trying his level best to get his cars imported to India and force India to reduce duties. India is actually not against Tesla cars being sold in India, but the condition that India has put is that Elon Musk needs to manufacture his car in India. At present, he is manufacturing his cars in China, and he wants to export made in China cars to India at a reduced tariff rate, which India is unwilling. India is okay if Elon Musk starts a manufacturing unit in India. And you know why? I don't know why Elon Musk is reluctant to start a manufacturing unit in India. But anyway, the standoff between Indian authorities and Elon Musk's Tesla has not been solved. And now a new problem has arisen. The Starlink doesn't have operating rights in India, but there are instances of people in India accessing to signals of Starlink and using the high-speed internet services of Starlink. Especially those services are being used by, drug cartels, terror groups, etc. This is specifically why India government ordered an inquiry. A few months ago, Indian Navy and police in a joint operation, seized drugs worth rupees 36,000 crore Indian rupees from a boat which was coming from Myanmar off the coast of Andaman and Nicobar. Promptly, the government of India registered a case, and the government agencies seized a Starlink Mini, which is a device which is used to get access to the internet services of Starlink, and that was seized from a boat that was operating in Indian waters. And the government found that they have been successfully using the device to navigate through Indian waters. That's a very serious issue, and the government of India is very serious about it. The drugs they were smuggling was worth a huge amount. That much quantity of drugs has not been seized from anywhere from India. That is number one. The second incident was Indian Army and Police of Manipur in a joint operations seized a Starlink Mini device from a terror group operating in Manipur. The riot hit or troubled the Manipur state in Northeast India, which borders Myanmar. And again, the government of India is angry because terror groups are using this device, Starlink Mini, to communicate and to create disturbance in Manipur. Even when the government of India suspended internet services in Manipur, insurgents were able to use Starnet services to foment trouble in the state. That's a very serious situation. The government has definitely taken note of it. While there are chances that in Myanmar, Starlink has got operating rights and Manipur is a state neighboring to Myanmar, and so perhaps there may be overlapping of coverage, but the problem is, is Starlink is unwilling to give information to government of India as to who they sold the internet mini device. They have got details of who was operating that and how it came into the hands of insurgents. But the government says Starlink is unwilling to part with data. So this is a huge problem. Actually, Starlink is not facing trouble just in India. Even China has accused that Starlink technology is dual-faced. It can be used for civilian purposes and it can be used for military purpose also. And China says using a Starlink device, the US or Starlink could know when even if a stealth plane takes off, stealth aircraft takes off. And China says this poses danger to the whole world. Whenever an aircraft rises, it creates some disturbance in the mobile internet. And by tracing the origin of the disturbance using artificial intelligence, the Starlink will be able to exactly locate the position of the aircraft. So there is no need for a radar nowadays. So this is why China says Starlink technology is a dual purpose technology. It could be used for civilian purposes and it could be used for military purposes also. So there lies the problem. And there are positives also for Starlink technology. For example, using Starlink, one could access to internet even in the remote corners of the world. For example, in India, even in places where there is no broadband, there is no optic fiber or other cables, Starlink services can be used to access internet. So this could be a blessing to people, of course, students. Then for the healthcare sector also, that could be a blessing. But at the same time, subversive forces like terror groups, drug peddlers, and other anti-nationals, anti-socials could use this technology. And the problem is Starlink is not willing to cooperate with Indian authorities. That's what India says. And this is actually India is actually in a dilemma, because if you you completely block this technology, you cannot, because of the technological complications. Then another aspect is that it is useful in many ways. So I think even Elon Musk needs to realize that India is a big market, with more than 140 crore people. So you cannot just let this market go. And you need to work out a compromise, and you need to engage with the government of India. And why government of India says? Because India is a country that faces trouble from the neighborhood, trouble from terror groups. If India allows drug peddlers to operate freely, even the interests of United States could also be hampered or will be troubled. The US also is going to trouble if drug peddlers are allowed to operate freely in Indian Ocean. So I think better sense will provide, and eventually Elon Musk will try to work out a compromise with the government of India. Otherwise, he will lose a big market. And I don't think India will yield to the pressure of Elon Musk. He knows it very well because India has not yielded to his pressure to allow his company to import Chinese made Tesla cars. India will follow the same principle. Here also India will not be compromising the interests of national security. So I think it will be good for both if they are able to work out a compromise. Meanwhile, the Reliance Jio as well as Airtel are trying to trying to provide their own satellite-based internet service. At present, the Starlink has got around 7,000 satellites operating in near Earth orbit, and this Geo as well as Airtel, they have struck an alliance with some other groups, and when they also start, they have got operating rights in India. So a new market is emerging. I think Starlink cannot let go this big market. Meet you with another topic and updates next time. Till then, goodbye.